I'm Brittany Lewis with Forbes Breaking News. Secretary of Homeland Security Alejandro Mayorkas testifies before a House Appropriations Subcommittee Wednesday. In his opening statement, he requests more funding for initiatives launched in 2021 after his department put an increased focus on domestic violent extremism. Mayorkas also outlined his department's plan on border security. This comes as Democrats and Republicans continue to clash over Title 42. This Trump-era policy permits Border Patrol to limit the number of asylum seekers in the U.S. due to COVID-19. Here's the Secretary's opening statement.
Mr. Secretary, the Biden administration, through the Centers for Disease Control, attempted to end the Title 42 Public Health Authority effective May the 23rd. However, a temporary restraining order now prevents the administration from doing so. DHS's internal estimates provide several scenarios for the number of border crossers that may cross if we lift Title 42. Projections were as high as 18,000 encounters a day. My first question, sir, would DHS have been prepared if not for the court order, sir?
Ranking Member Fleischman, thank you very much for your question. It is our responsibility to plan and prepare for eventualities that might materialize. We started to plan and prepare for the end of Title 42 commencing in September of last year, in September of 2021. We have been preparing every single day since then. Yesterday, I published a memorandum that set forth the pillars, the 6 pillars that undergird our planning and preparation so that everyone can understand the extent of the planning and preparation that we have undertaken. As I articulated in response to the chairwoman's question, it is our responsibility to plan and prepare and to execute upon those plans to address the challenges that are before us, and they are varied, and as varied as our mission is expansive.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Secretary, even if we don't lift Title 42, we are going to see this year record number of migrant encounters at the border. Do you believe, sir, that we need to implement additional consequences for illicit border crossers?
Ranking Member Fleischman, what we fundamentally need is legislation to fix what everyone agrees is a broken immigration system. That is the one thing in the immigration sphere as to which there is unanimity. The 6 pillars of our plans that I outlined in a memorandum yesterday are 6 pillars that we are executing upon whether or not Title 42 comes to an end. And one of those pillars is indeed the consequences for entering our country in between a port of entry without having a legal basis to remain in this country. Individuals who make a claim for relief under our laws, whose claims do not succeed in immigration court proceedings, are removed from this country, and we are employing our authorities to effect those removals as swiftly as possible.
Thank you, sir. You've already alluded to this in your testimony, but yesterday DHS released a plan for Southwest border security and preparedness, which outlines your plan to surge resources and address the anticipated increase in border crossings when and if Title 42 is lifted. The first pillar of the plan is to surge resources to the Southwest border, including support and medical personnel. Presumably, these additional personnel come from other components throughout DHS. My question, sir, what is the impact to those agencies who rely on these individuals as they are deployed to help alleviate the preventable border surge?
Congressman, not all of those resources come from other parts of the department, and I want to identify one very important example that illustrates my point. I've been to the border approximately 8 times, and in my last visit, I heard loudly and clearly the concerns of our heroic, incredibly dedicated Border Patrol agents. about their need for additional support so that they can get out into the field and interdict individuals seeking to evade law enforcement and cross our border illegally. And in the service of that need, we have hired contract personnel, case processing personnel, so that they can do the processing of individuals who have sought to enter our border illegally, to process them into our system and allow those Border Patrol agents out into the field. We have contracted for 300 case processors, and we have the capacity to plus up that force. That does not come from within the department. We are using our contracting authorities very effectively and efficiently to achieve that mission.
Mr. Secretary, thank you. Madam Chair, I'll yield back and wait for round two.